Listen, I don't normally record after work, but I'm on a roll and I'm trying to keep up with the roll. So here we go. Welcome to Shootin the Wheeze, where I sit down and shoot the shit on whatever I'm feeling and whatever I'm thinking. And today, I don't really know what I'm thinking. I think the entire week has been overtaken by The Rock and Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns and how everybody feels about that. I guess I should have expected people to be as upset with the fact that The Rock was swooped in and seemingly took Cody Rhodes' opportunity at WrestleMania. I should have foreseen that. I feel like a terrible wrestling fan. Like I should have known that was coming. That's how I react. You know, I know people love Cody, but I guess I didn't realize how much. Like, God, just didn't realize how much we love Cody and how much we were gonna hate Dwayne for swooping in and doing the thing. Like, holy shit, man. I feel dumb for not having seen that one coming, but here we are. And we need to normalize the fact that it's okay to feel indifferent. That is the main thing I've noticed this week. I have not felt strongly one way or the other, and I'm seeing everybody's viewpoints and I'm understanding everybody's viewpoints at the same time. So I think it's really hard for me to really buckle down on an opinion of what I think should be happening or what I think is happening. It's okay to be upset with what happened. It's okay to be mad that your guy is not, going to finish the story at the time that you think he should be finishing the story. And I unfortunately do read a lot of the comments. I know that I shouldn't read comments anymore, but I still do. And people were like, "You're glazing the WWE. Look at you, you WWE glazer." And maybe I was a little too much. Maybe I was giving them too much credit. But I just hate beating to death the same things that a lot of people say over and over about stuff that happens. I hate that. Like, have an original fucking thought for once in your life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure you've also noticed this just brought out the ugly. It brought out the ugly of the wrestling community. And, there's ugly in every community. Don't get me wrong. There is. I mean, any community has its toxicity. We're just really good at it. We're like real good at it. And I'm so tired. You have to forgive me. But why? Why do we have to outcry and do the things that we do and be so damn mean to each other and be so damn mean to people that we've never met? Or like The Rock's daughter and all the death threats that she got. You can find, I made 2 YouTube videos about all of that. Go ahead and check that out. But my God, why are we like this? Why are we like this? And it wasn't only, one thing I really wanted to talk about, it wasn't just the anger about the situation. It was the anger about how other people feel about the situation. And maybe I'm a little guilty of feeding into that as well. But I got my feelings hurt. Like, I got my feelings hurt big time. I got on TikTok and I saw a bunch of people kind of talking crap about bigger creators. And I guess you can put me in that category. I don't necessarily see myself that way. There are people that are much bigger and better at this than I am, but I'm slowly growing. And I admit I saw some people that had some pretty, shit takes from my perspective. And it turned into this us versus them, where a lot of small creators were then bashing the bigger creators of like, oh, you think you know everything because you're this way. And I saw one particular, the one that kind of hurt my feelings the most was just I can't imagine making content for the sake of making money. And da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, come on now. Like, when you put this much time and effort into something, I think it's totally valid that you try to make it a career and that you make an income off of it. When you put this much time, dude, it takes a lot to do all this. I get a lot of emails and messages and stuff of people asking me how I even do this. Like, how do you record this? How do you do that? How do you da-da-da-da-da? And if I responded to every single one of them, I'd be giving away the whole cow for free. Is that the saying? Why buy the milk when you can get the whole cow for free? I don't fucking know. But that's where my thought goes. So can we just be nice to each other? I know, like, we don't have to be friends. First of all, I'll be dead ass honest about that right off the bat, that there's people that I was once friends with and I'm no longer friends with and I do not associate with in this community. And that's okay. You don't have to be everybody's cup of tea, and not everybody has to be your cup of tea. And it doesn't have to be a big knockout, drag out. You can tell that I have just gotten off work. Holy shit. But it doesn't have to be a big production. It doesn't have to be a big dramatic thing that gets plastered all over the internet. Like, you can bow out of friendships and it's totally fine. Like, an adult thing is not having to be friends with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I just been going really back and forth with the whole animosity thing in the community, and it's nothing new. It's nothing new, but man, I just feel confused, and I feel like maybe that is coming across in the way that I'm talking. I'm pretty sure it is, because I'm just going in circles. And it's because I just don't feel strongly about anything. I don't hate Dwayne. I don't hate Cody. I don't know where people get their ideas from. I know a lot of people are saying that Cody is going to finish his story after Roman Reigns beats Hulk Hogan's record, or that my favorite is that The Rock is going to be the special guest referee between Cody and Rock. And at first, that made zero sense to me. And then it was making more and more sense, because people were like, well, The Rock can keep the bloodline from interfering, and then, Cody can actually finish his story the correct way. And I hate that was making sense to me. I don't think that's what's happening. I think we need to let the special referee trope go, but it made a little bit more sense to me as people were explaining it. I mentioned in a couple of my videos the whole people wanting to boycott WrestleMania, people sending threats to Ava Raine, people just all around saying that Dwayne is a bad person. I'm exhausted. And you can be upset, man. You can be upset. You can be happy. At this point, dog, like, I don't fucking care. Like, do the damn thing. Do your thing. Moving on. I've had a lot of people asking how my mother-in-law is doing. Thank you for asking. A lot of people will ask like during stream, and I just don't feel like consistently answering that same question over and over. It's not something I want to constantly bring up, but you know what? It's going to be a really long road. I'm not going to have a lot of new information for you, every couple days, but she got moved out of the hospital. She's in a rehab facility now. She can't really move very much. She can't talk very well, and it sucks, but it's going to be a long haul recovery, and we're in for it. So thank you for asking. Please don't take it personally if I dodge the question on stream. I might. I want to do some traveling. I've got some travel plans coming up at the end of March, I believe. It's Easter weekend. So end of March, Squared Circle Expo is in Indianapolis. It's a really, really cool wrestling convention. I believe Matt Cardona is going to be there. The Hardys are going to be there. They have 2 wrestling matches that they have on Friday and Saturday nights. It's a ton of fun. I'm going to be there as press. I'm trying to figure out some ideas of what I want to do and how I want to incorporate fans into my content, and how I want to incorporate a lot of the wrestlers that are there into my content. I'm very, very excited about it. I went last year, and it was an amazing experience. It was the experience that got me freaking MJF's room number that I made a video about eons ago. It was before Alicia, I promise. And yeah, I'm really excited to go again. I'm very excited. I've grown so much since the first time I was there, and I'm going to feel a lot more confident there now that I have a little bit of footing in the community. I was still very new at that time. This last year has been, 2023 has been so wild and such a crazy, crazy ride of growth that I'm excited to keep on with it and see where we can get. So yeah, Squared Circle Expo, end of March. Super pumped for that. I was saying yesterday on stream that I don't know that I'm going to make it to any live events this year. I'm not sure that any live events are in the cards for me. I'm really enjoying just streaming and making content and not going to the events. It also saves me a ton of money, even though, I could claim it on taxes, but it just saves me the money. And I found at SummerSlam especially that going to live events isn't necessarily always my cup of tea. It's a lot of travel. It's a lot of, it's a lot of energy to expend. And I like the production aspect of getting to actually see on TV what is being shown to me. And I get to hear commentary. So there's a lot of pros to actually watching the show instead of going. But we'll see. With The Rock being back, I know you hate this, but with The Rock being back, I don't know. I'd maybe like to make it to a SmackDown or something to see if I can see The Rock, if like they come through Detroit or Chicago or Indianapolis. We'll see. TwitchCon was announced. TwitchCon will be in San Diego this year. I did go to TwitchCon in Vegas this year, and I didn't really care for Las Vegas. I was surprised by that. But TwitchCon as a whole was really cool. I got to meet some really cool people. I learned a lot. Again, I think it'll be a lot more fun going this year and having a little bit more footing in the community. When I went to TwitchCon last year in October, I had just become partner like 4 weeks prior. My Twitch journey had been really, really rushed? I don't know. It came out of left field. The growth happened really quickly, and I felt like a imposter, I guess, at TwitchCon because I felt like I didn't actually know what I was doing there or what I was talking about. Thank God for my friends for helping me. But I did get to be on that wrestling panel, which was cool. And the crowd show up for that was more than I expected. And we got so many good questions from that, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to go again. I do believe we'll be having a wrestling panel again that I'm probably going to be a part of. And yeah, go to San Diego, come to TwitchCon. I will be there. And I'm excited to see everybody again. It's nice kind of getting to see your friends that live in different areas every so often. Now, this is a new one, non-wrestling travel plans. I am considering going to Poland with my cousin. I've never been to Poland, so if you know anything about Poland or really that area of Europe in general, hit me up. Because I've never been outside of the United States. I still have to get a passport, but I have deep roots. I'm a big European mutt. I have deep roots in Poland, but I'm also Russian, Ukrainian, Hungarian. I'm very much that area. So I would just want to visit that area in general. And I'm scared, but also excited. The idea of flying across an ocean, I'm not super scared of flying. It's just like the being out of control aspect that freaks me out. But being on a plane for 9 hours and not being able to leave or stop, like that freaks me out a little bit. I'll do it, but I'll probably just knock myself out for the duration of the flight. Those are all the things that are on the agenda for the traveling at the moment. But I'm hoping to maybe add more. Like I said, I don't know that I feel like going to any live events, but the year could change very quickly. So we'll stay open to it. I hit 100,000 followers on Instagram the other day, which was wild. I would have never thought that I would hit 100,000 on Instagram without, being an Insta model. There's nothing wrong with being an Insta model, but without being an Insta model. So that was super cool. I love just the range of communities that we've built. I'm really enjoying my YouTube journey, but Instagram has been a big catalyst for a lot of my growth. And so I'm really, really happy for that. An idea I'm tossing around in my head is possibly doing a paywall, couple of videos of content creation and my own journey and what I use and how I do things. Cause like I mentioned earlier, I get so many emails and messages on how to do this. And I understand, but I can't, like I said, I can't give away everything and this is personally how I feel. I'm willing to help people. If I know you or if you know someone that I've helped plenty of people, but there's a lot. And so for the casual person that I don't know, I think it'd be nice to have something that you can access if you want, where I tell you what I do and how I do it. Very basic layman's terms. I feel like I don't do anything that's super complicated, but I did figure out most of it on my own, minus a couple tips and tricks from people that I trust. So yeah, we might be doing that. I want to just I feel like I want to do more, and I wish I had time. And I wish I didn't work a full-time job, but I do. And it's just the reality of it. And I need to stop bitching about it because it's not like I'm going to stop doing it. I'm not going to stop doing hair. I know that I'm not. But man, I feel like I could grow a lot faster if I was willing to sacrifice both my health and my sanity and money. And I'm just not. Because we've been doing well. But it's really hard to work an 11-hour shift and come home and record. And I know I've said that so many times, but man, I feel like I've been in a creative block for a couple months, and I feel like the fog has lifted. And suddenly I have a lot of good ideas about things I want to do. And I just really want to write all them down and write scripts and get things going and record and have them set up. But I do all my own editing. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time, and I need to quit being so hard on myself about that. Like, it's okay. Slow and steady wins the race. Just a little bit of consistency is good. And just doing this is helpful. But I don't know. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I'm feeling very tired. I don't know how much I talk about me being a weightlifter, but I am a weightlifter. And I'm sorry. If you see me on YouTube, I can see myself. Like, here's the camera. And I'm looking at this, my hair, my bangs. One, I need my hair colored, but I just have this colic in my hairline, and I cannot get my bangs to just cooperate and not like drive me insane. Anyway, I think I have ADHD. I'm currently in the process of getting diagnosed with it. I will talk about that in a minute. Where was I? Jesus Lord. Olympic weightlifting. So I'm a weightlifter, and I used to be very consistently like a 4-day-a-week person with my weightlifting training. I have a coach. She programs all my workouts for me, and then I do them. Things have been so crazy, and I was doing so bad at keeping up with sleep and taking care of myself that I wasn't able to do the 4 days anymore. And I really wasn't taking care of myself when I was doing the 4 days. So my body recompositions, and it's really very annoying thing to deal with. I don't ever recommend losing a ton of weight because you'll just never be satisfied with yourself ever again. But the weightlifting is just a way to, be healthy and move, but also feel like a badass because you're lifting so much weight. And I miss that. I'm still doing it. It's just I do it really sporadically, like 2-3 times a week. And I just want to get back into doing that because weightlifting and competing in weightlifting was a really cool thing I liked doing. I really liked being on the platform, and I want to do it again sometime very soon. ADHD. I went to a therapist for the first time in a long time the other day, and I'm working on getting an ADHD diagnosis because if you can't tell in some of my content, even in Shootin the Wheeze, this is a reason. Look at. We're gonna be really honest and open real quick. A big reason that I don't do other podcasts is because I have a very difficult time organizing my thoughts, and I don't think that it's fair to put myself on other people's content when I struggle like organizing my thoughts for my own. This way, when I'm doing this, I can make cuts and I can edit things, and it's not anyone else's problem other than my own. And I get sidetracked and I go off on tangents and things like that. I have complete brain farts where I forget what direction I was even heading or what I was saying. And I found that in trying to create content full time, it's really hard for me to just sit down, write a script and go. And that's what I want to do. And if I can find a way or find some ways to cope with that and get better at it, that's what I want to do. So I'm working on getting an ADHD diagnosis. I don't know that that's going to really help with anything. I'm really looking for more solutions than labels, but it wouldn't hurt to have the label too. I need more to-do lists. I need more motivation. I need to get sleep. I'm not sleeping. I can never shut my brain off. I'm constantly thinking of things. And the annoying thing about that is I'm constantly also just thinking of ideas for content. But then they never come to fruition because I can't organize my stuff enough to get that done. On top of all of the chores that I have to do at home, all of the things that I have to do on the weekend. There's just so much that I'm stacking on my plate that I'm having a difficult time balancing all of it. I'll be straight up. I don't know how a lot of people do it. I can't imagine having kids and trying to do it at the same time. I would be a hot mess. This is probably why I don't have them, because I know that it would be an absolute hot mess. But we're trying to get better. We're working on it. I need a drink of water because I am really rambling right now. The Super Bowl is this weekend. And I could give two shits about it. I'm so tired of hearing people talk about, oh, I don't want the Chiefs to win because of Taylor Swift. You know what? I normally wouldn't want the Chiefs to win because I'm a little tired of the Chiefs, but you know what? They're very good. You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of my Lions losing. We got so close. So I'm rooting against the 49ers solely because they beat my Lions. Yes, I am petty like that. No, I don't care. I'm rooting for the Chiefs, and I also hope that the Chiefs win so that Taylor Swift goes down to the field and she gets to kiss on Travis Kelce, and you guys can be mad, because I do not understand the amount of outrage there is about Taylor Swift. I don't want to see Taylor Swift. I just want to watch football. Dude, you still get to watch football. That girl is not asking people to record her. She's literally at the football game watching her boyfriend. She is the most famous, I won't say the most, but one of the most famous people in the world, one of the most talented famous people in the world. There's going to be cameras on her. It is what it is. Grow up. It's just like dealing with wrestling fans. Like, why do we have to whine so goddamn much about such trivial things? You know? Just can't. But I'm not going to any Super Bowl parties. I'm not going to any Super Bowl parties. I'm going to go to my normal Sunday spot. I'm going to have my normal Sunday food and my normal Sunday drinks. And that will be my Super Bowl, because I just don't care about it. I want the 49ers to lose, but I'm so heartbroken over my Lions. And there's always next year. I can't decide if I want to go up to Detroit for the draft. We'll see. I do wish I was in Las Vegas this weekend, though, because not only is that WrestleMania kickoff presser tomorrow in Las Vegas, there's also just so many other cool things happening around the Super Bowl, even if you don't go to the Super Bowl. So maybe next year we'll do a little better planning, and maybe it all depends on where our content like creation journey goes. Maybe we'll try to be a little more like Bridget and head out to those kinds of things. I'm not sure. Because I've also said the same thing about WrestleMania. I have zero intent to go to WrestleMania, but it would be cool to be in town for WrestleMania and go to the events surrounding WrestleMania and maybe do some press or something like that. But, you know, I also really like sitting in the comfort of my office and interacting with you guys on stream and getting to watch WrestleMania live. WrestleMania is a 2-day event. It's a whole week-long event, really. I mean, I don't know. We're definitely just going to have to feel things out for the next year and see how we do. Because also, believe it or not, full disclosure, I think I come off as very extroverted, but really, I'm kind of an introvert, and I'm extroverted in situations and around people that I feel comfortable around. If I'm not comfortable, or if I don't have anything to say, I will be quiet in a social setting. And I hate when people point it out and they'll be like, why are you so quiet? Like, bitch, because I got nothing to say. Like, I ain't one of those people that's going to be talking in public just to talk. Like, when I'm in my element and I'm sitting here streaming and I'm talking, yeah, like I can talk for days and hours because my mind runs 1,000 miles a minute. But there's also the anxiety part of that where when I'm in a social setting, that I don't really feel the need to jabberjaw around people that I don't know. I don't know. It's a very weird position to be in. People don't quite understand it, but that's what makes me unique. Other things that make me unique. You guys are making fun of me on stream this week for drinking 7-Up. I wish I had a bottle near me of 7-Up to show you. Where did the 7-Up slander come from? 7-Up is a very great soda. It is not bottom tier. It is a great soda. I need you to shut up. Also, Goldfish crackers, amazing. I put up a poll on Twitter of whether people thought Goldfish or Cheez-Its were better, and I'm honestly kind of on the Goldfish train because your fingers get less gross from Goldfish. Cheez-Its really, they really gunk up the powdery cheese dust on your fingertips. So I like Goldfish, and it reminds me of being a little kid, with a little baggie of Goldfish at daycare. I like the nostalgia fact of the Goldfish, so I'm just trying to relive my youth. Speaking of reliving my youth, Simple Plan and Avril Lavigne are going on tour, and I need to find tickets to that show. I don't even care if it's not near me. I will fly to a show and make a weekend out of it if I can find a good location, because I really want to see Simple Plan and Avril Lavigne. If you did not know, Simple Plan is one of my favorite bands. I love them. I have owned every album that they've ever released. They were one of my first albums I ever owned when I was 10 years old, with no pads, no helmets, just balls. I've seen them 3 times. I adore them. I love them very much, and I want to go see them. And I also love Avril Lavigne. And I don't like the Avril Lavigne conspiracy theories. You guys are weird. This has nothing to do with anything, but BDE followed me on Twitter, and I was very happy about that. Thank you. That actually came about because I was scrolling on TikTok, and, we have tribalism and everything, because why not? There are people that make TikToks pinning pinning wrestling creators against each other, and then people fight over like who they think is the best. I'm not going to name a whole bunch, but like there's usually like the same top 5 that end up in all these videos. BDE is one of them. Brandon does everything, and he is, I think, one of the first WWE creators to like hit over 1 million followers, and is actually a good creator and a creative one, not like me who just does majority reaction content and posts a video every 3 weeks. I'm very hard on myself, but he gets to go do such cool things, and he goes to actual wrestling shows and just does really cool stuff. And so I always will defend him with my life, and he followed me on Twitter today, and I thought that was very cool. So thank you, Brandon. Okay, at the time of recording, this actually just happened. It's Wednesday that I'm recording. It's Wednesday night. AEW Dynamite just wrapped up, and Tony Khan had a big announcement. And in his big announcement, they were talking about going to Boston, I think in 5 weeks. Let me check the date. March. I should be able to just open Twitter and it should be there. Oh, it just says 5 weeks from tonight. So that's sometime in March. And there is a little Easter egg they're going to be at TD Garden. There is a little Easter egg where they spell Boston with BOSS and $signs, hinting that Mercedes Moné very likely is debuting in AEW on that night in Boston, which would make sense. So we're probably gonna have to schedule a stream that night and see if we can catch Miss Monet debuting in AEW. Because believe it or not, I do actually like to watch AEW. I just never have time. Like, yeah, I could have watched it tonight, but I would rather have sat here and recorded a video with y'all. So here we are. Other things that have happened, we'll wrap this up. WWE 2K24 is coming out. I do have that purchased. We will be doing streams of that when it releases at the beginning of March. And I want to do more streams, but I also want to make more YouTube videos. And if you can't tell, I'm tired. I'm running on empty. I'm just babbling at this point, so I should probably go. And as always, after I sign off, I think of so many different things that I want to talk about or things that I could have talked about, but I think I'm just depleted. I just wanted to get something out there so you guys could know what's going on in my head. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being there. I'm struggling, but I'm doing good. You know? Okay. Take care, everybody. Night.